Also, please do let me know if you have done, and if in case your name is not mentioned here, then request you, please do let me know immediately. Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, my side also done.
Kavya, Kavajay, right?
Kawajik.
Kavajay.
Yes. It's 10th one.
10th. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Himanshu Kumar. This one Himanshu has done. Okay. Okay, so few are pending space. So request you if you can update it. So these are pending. Ayan, Ashay, Prachi, Kamal, Saroj, and Jash. It's a request you if you can update that, please. Anyone name whose name is not here? Satyapriya Mohanty, Prachi
Yes, I
Sachdeva.
did.
1 second. This one, Satyapriya, right?
Yes.
Okay. Satyapriya Mohanty. Okay. Ashay has done. Ashay, yeah, Ashay has done. Prachi Sachdeva has done. Okay. So the few are pending it. So can you just do it? Please do it. Okay, so Jess has also done. First of all, thank you so much everyone who has done this, and request you, uh, Riyansh Paul. Okay. Ayan, Kamal, and Saroj, can you please also confirm if you are doing that? So I'm just waiting Riyansh Paul. Okay. Thank you, Riyansh. Saroj, can you please confirm? Rest of the others, please. Saroj, Kamal, and Ayan. Only three are pending with as of now. If you are doing that, so
Yeah,
please
done, sir. Done.
your name, please.
Saroj.
Saroj. Okay. Thank you, Saroj. Kamal and Kamal and Ayan, you are only pending with. So can you please confirm if you are doing it? Shall I wait for a couple of minutes, or if you are facing any challenges so I can help you out, please? Ayan and Kamal. Okay. Anyone who has done this, and if the name is not mentioned here, then please do let me know. You can check your name on my screen, and please do let me know if your name is not mentioned here. Please look into my screen and do let me know if anyone's name is missing over here, and if you have done that. If by mistake, if I have missed someone name, but if you have done your review. Okay, so everyone name is here. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much everyone for providing your feedback, okay, and putting this gentle review. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for this one. Okay, each one of you. Great. Now, here, as we have seen that we can import the web data, okay, and we can just perform this space link feature as well. Okay, so till here, before I move further, till here, anyone has any doubt or the things are clear? Okay, so that is clear, right? Fine. Okay, so now we are just going to see the dependent validation. Okay, dependent validation. So dependent validation is what? Dependent validation means that if my one validation is depending on the other, it means if my one drop down is depending on the other, that is the dependent validation. Okay, dependent validation. So let me show you the live example for this. If you see that we have the one page, if you have just gone through cardekho.com. Okay, in this cardekho.com, if I just go for example any of the car, there was a drop down. Let me check if they have changed it or what. So actually here was a drop down. New car, explore new cars. This one. So if you see in the model, okay, in model, if I am here, you can see all the car model: Maruti, Tata, Kia, Toyota, Hyundai, Mahindra, right? MG, Jeep, Skoda, Renault, Nissan, right? If I select the Maruti here from the brand, then in the model, I will see all the Maruti brand model. See, Alto, Baleno, Brezza, and all. If I select Data from the model, data from the brand. You can see all the models are now reflecting for the Tata, correct? It means my model is completely depend on the brand or not. Whatever the brand I'm selecting from the drop down, according to that, my model is reflecting in the drop down or not. Yes or no?
Correct.
Correct. So for example, I'm taking the example from here, so it will help you. Okay. So here I have the Maruti. Okay. In the Maruti, I'm taking this Alto 800, Alto K10, Alto 800, Alto K10, Baleno and Brezza. Baleno and Brezza. Suppose these four I'm taking. Okay. Then I'm changing here Tata. Tata. For the Tata, Altroz Racer. Altroz, Altroz Racer. Then we have the Curve. Then we have the Curve EE, that is electric vehicle. EE. Okay. Now we have the Kia. In the Kia, we have Carens Carnival. Carens Carnival.
EV6, EV9.
Correct. EV6, EV9. Okay. And here we are taking this one, Toyota. And in the Toyota, Camry Fortuner. Camry Fortuner, Fortuner Legender, and Glanza. Okay. So suppose here, and let's take one more. I'm taking Mahindra. Okay. Bolero, Scorpio, Thar. Okay. And Thar Rocks. Okay. Suppose this one. So we have this one. Now what my requirement is that all these are the brand which I'm highlighting in yellow, orange color. Okay. So what my requirement is that I want to create a drop down. Okay. Here I want the brand drop down into this cell. Okay. And in the next cell, the model should reflect. Okay. In this cell, the model should reflect. So whatever the brand I will select, those models should reflect. So for this, what I will do, firstly, you have to select this data, go into formulas, click on this name manager, and here, or the easy way I'm telling you, okay, formulas, go for the create from selection. And I will uncheck this top row. I will uncheck this left column and keep the top row. It means on the basis of the top row means the first row. On the basis of the first row, I want to create the name manager, right? We have seen the name manager. So name manager is basically that if you give any of the range as a name, so in that case, that is called as name manager. So I'm using this top row and clicking on OK. Now, if you see in the name manager, so see for the Kia C2 to C5 range is coming under Kia. If you see the Mahindra, E2 to E5 range is coming under Mahindra. If you see the Maruti, A2 to A5 range is coming in the Maruti, right? So, Tata, B2 to B5, Toyota, D2 to D5, right? So it is working absolutely fine. The range is coming. Now what we will do, firstly here, we have to create the brand list, these drop down. So we will go for the data validation. So I will select this cell where I want to create the drop down, go into data tab, click on the drop down and open this data validation. Okay, shortcut key is a Alt DL and we can also use it from here. In the list, because when we have to create the drop down, always use the list. Then source, and here select this one, range, and okay. If I select it from here, this one, you can see I am selecting this brand. Okay, I am getting this brand. Now in this model, I need these values, right? If I select this data from here, then all these models should reflect in the model dropdown. So here, again, I will just go for this data validation. I will go for the list, and here we have to use one function which is known as a indirect. So indirect and this brand cell. So indirect is basically the function which helps you to retrieve the data on the basis of the name manager. Okay. Once I just click on the OK, so see, I have selected the Tata. I am getting the Tata brand in my dropdown or not? Tell me.
Yes.
Right? If I change this Tata to Mahindra, now see the dropdown. It got updated to Mahindra. Right? Now, if I'm just changing this to the Maruti, you can see the Maruti one. Right? If you are
Right.
changing this to the Kia, you can see the Kia related. Okay. And if you see this Toyota, you can see the Toyota related. Right? It means my model is completely depend on the brand. Whatever the brand you will select, in the model drop down, you will see the name of the model. Okay, so this is basically known as the dependent validation. Okay, now for example, suppose any people might be they have not seen your drop down here. Okay, they are typing it over here, something like this. Okay, if for example, if I say Maruti, okay, and suppose this spell is error, it will throw the error because this is not in my list. Okay, so instead of this one, this is the error message. So if you want to convey your error message or the customized message to the user, so that is also the possibility. So this Microsoft Excel is basically known as a title. This cross, which you are able to see, the red cross, this is basically the stop symbol. And this statement, this value to this cell, this is basically known as a error message. So here I can show my own customized error message. Okay, so what I will do here, I will say simply in the data validation, we have this error alert. Go here, put the title. I say brand. In the message, I am writing, please select the brand from the list, and I click on OK. Now if I suppose type here and enter, see, I'm getting this one. Please select the brand from the list. Right? This one, I can customize my own message. Okay, so this is basically the example of dependent validation.
Can you show this message validity again?
So press Alt DL, that is data validation, and under this error alert, I have just given this title and whatever the message I want to convey to the user.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or can we have multiple columns also for the same validation? If suppose I want to have Alto 800 cells or the quantity, how many numbers we have cell. So that also will reflect in the validation.
The number of the cells you have selected to put that one, in that it will reflect.
Okay, in the columns.
In the column, yeah.
Okay, so can you just show one of that also?
For example, as of now, I have just implemented on this G9 cell. Okay. If
Okay.
you are looking from G9 to G14 example, so once you are just putting this data validation, so here you can convey that message error alert.
Look, what I am asking you is, if I have inserted a column next to A, Okay, and I
Hmm.
have put in the sales quantity. Suppose Alto 800 is we have sold 100 numbers.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
with this
Okay.
brand model, the third
Okay.
column will reflect the how many number of quantity you have sold. So for that, if I am inserting the columns ahead, how to show it in the validation then?
Very good. Very good. So your question is that, for example, here I'm adding a one column as a region. Okay. I say all these are related to the north, east, west, and south. Just consider this as a figure that these are the sold out. Okay. And this region, you want to show it over here. Correct? If I'm not wrong, right?
Right,
This one.
right,
So now if I have selected this Toyota, and in the Toyota, if I'm selecting this Camry, so this Camry belongs from the north region, that should get populated here, right?
right,
Okay, this one. So now your requirement is that model is the depend on this brand, right? And your region should be
right,
depend on this model, correct?
right,
So
right.
what I will do, I will also create this region. Now I will select this region. I will just go into formulas, create from selection, top row. So if you see with the region name, it is created or not? It is created. And now what I
Yeah,
will do here, I will same data validation, go into the list. In the source, I will put the indirect function. And here I will select this model. Okay. And now I will click on OK. So for the Camry, okay, some mistake is here. 1 second. Indirect. Okay. So here, see, this Camry directly, I will not be able to show it over here. Why? Now let me tell you the reason. The reason is that because this Camry is into the drop down. Okay. So what we have to do, this Camry, all these belongs from the north region, correct? This one.
right.
So we have to create a list like this. This one here. So this should belongs from the north region. So here I just need to update the north, right? This one.
Okay,
So then here, then for the rest from east. But here, what you can do is, here you can put the VLOOKUP. This is my lookup value, okay? But
okay,
now this is my lookup value. And now you will just go for the lookup value from this column because I have told you about this VLOOKUP, right? But
okay,
now
right,
it, but here, what will happen? If you select this one, put the column index number 3, you will get the data. But if you select the Alto 800, so VLOOKUP will never go for the backside of the data, right? So that will be the problem.
right,
So if just go for that one, if I just find the match, if I'm just giving this one, if I'm just giving this range and 0 match, okay, so the Camry is showing what? Hash NA. The reason is that why? Because I'm looking into this whole data set, na? But my
right,
lookup array is what? Ideally, my lookup array should be this one. I'm getting this one,
right,
right? So what we have to do is here we have to create that kind of a list which I have told you. That here, if all these belongs from the north region, so for the north, I will just create a one list. Okay, that here, like here, you will just create a one list over here. The north, this is related to the north, this is related to the east, this is related to the west, and so on. In this format, you have to create that. Else, you will not be able
okay.
to reflect the data. Okay.
It means any addition to the column, we can't
Mm-hmm.
do it in the validation afterwards. Will it be
No,
like that?
no. If I say, if I am selecting any of the region, okay, for example, if I'm selecting this one, then here the region should get populate. If you see, here is what? It is working on the basis of the header. The Toyota I'm selecting. So Toyota is my header, na?
Hmm.
Right? And then I'm just getting the model of that. If I go for
Right.
this region, so I want to reflect these values, right? So
Yeah.
these
Right.
values are coming under the region column. It is not coming under this Camry column,
Right. It is under
right?
the column which we gave in header. Right.
So if we just go for this, like this Camry or this Fortuner, this Camry is this North, like this. If I just go for this one, then it will work. So if I say this one, okay, and then this one, then this one, and then this one, okay, like this I'm giving. Now if I say the North, so we have 3, 4, 5 till the Bolero. This is the North region, right?
Right.
This one is East is till the Scorpio. This one. Then we have a West till the Thar. Okay. This one. And then we
Yeah.
have a South region. Correct? This one.
Okay.
This one. Now what we will do? We will select this range. Column H to this one. So we will select this
Okay.
range. This range. Then go into formulas. Create from selection. Top row and OK. Now this is done. Okay. Now here I will just create the drop down. The same. List is equals to indirect and select this range and OK. Now if you see, I have selected this Camry. This Camry belongs from which region? This Camry belongs from which region?
North.
North. If I see in the drop down, only the North is coming or not?
Right.
If I change this Camry to the Fortunate Legender, here, if I just go for if you see H9. Okay. So here, see why this value is not coming. Let me tell you. The reason is that because when you just create the name manager, then space is not allowed. Okay.
Okay.
Space. So here, suppose if you see, it has taken the underscore instead of that. Let me show you. Can you see in the curve EV where the space was here, it has taken the underscore. See,
Right.
right? This one. Then
Right.
EV6 underscore, EV9 underscore, right? So this should be ideally. So because of that, so if I, for example, if I'm just putting this underscore here, so you see, if I'm selecting this now, can you see the West now?
Yeah.
Okay, because name manager will not take any special character except the underscore. And in the EV6 and in the EV9, it has taken the underscore. The reason is that because in the Excel, we have the column as a EV. We have a cell as a EV6. We have a cell as a EV9. So it is separating that cells to the value by underscore.
Okay.
Okay, this one. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is basically the concept of dependent validation. Okay. Now, here, for example, if you have the country, okay, you are getting the data, or let me check if I have a stored data file. This one. I'm taking the data from this, so that will be more easy to show you. Okay. Now suppose I have the data like this. Okay, I have this stored data. And now I just want the grouping in that. So For the grouping, like here you can see the Reliance Smart, Reliance Smart. So I want all the Reliance Smart data should come together, all the Big Bazaar data should come together and all. So for that grouping, your first requirement is that your data should be sorted, okay, on the basis of a store like in this. So I will just go for data sorting, all DS, data sorting, or you can go it from here, filter and sorting, you can perform it over here, okay, this one. So data sorting, I want from a store name and I say column A to column Z. Okay, so you can see all the Big Bazaar data together. You can see, right? All the Food Bazaar, Heritage, Metro CNC. Now you can select this data, and here in this data tab, if you go into this outline, you can see the group. Okay, if you click on the group, it says you want to group the row wise or the column wise. I say the row wise. So if you see, if you are seeing this one, if I just click on this plus sign, okay, expand the level 2 and level 1, all the things are grouped. Let me group into this manner. Ungroup first of all,